welcome to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol and I'm so glad you've joined us today. We're coming to you from our new studio. We have abandoned our bookcase and we're coming to you from a new space where we've got a little bit more room. It's a very clean look. We're going to be adding some more video, maybe a little bit shorter videos, some a little bit longer. So be sure and check out the Bottoms Down Chair Yoga YouTube channel. Check out the different playlists. And while you're there, if you would click that subscribe button, we'd appreciate it, and leave me a comment. All right, let's get started. So we're going to start, and we only need our chair today. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're moving forward in our chair so we're not leaning back. And we're going to start by grounding our feet to the earth. Now we do that by taking those pressure points. There's a point behind the heel, behind the big toe, behind the little toe, and the 2 points of the heel. So we want to think about having all 4 of those pressure points of both feet firmly grounded to the earth. And then the next thing we're going to think about are our sits bones. So we have these pointy sit bones that we sit on, and they hold our weight, and we want to make sure that you have them equally weighted on the chair, so you're not leaning one way or the other. Next, we're going to pull our belly button to our spine, lift the heart up, lower the shoulders down, place your hands lightly on your thighs, close your eyes, and breathe. So feel your natural breath, your natural inhalation and exhalation. Paying attention to that breath. Now we're going to elongate that breath, inhaling a little more deeply, exhaling a little more completely. Now let's move into our yoga breath, also known as the belly breath. We'll engage our diaphragm as we inhale. The belly extends. And then as we pull the belly button to spine, push the air up and out of the lungs. Do that a few times at your own pace. And breathe normally. We're going to continue with that diaphragmatic breath, that yoga breath. We're going to inhale to 4 counts, and then I want you to exhale to just as many counts as you can until you inhale again. Something like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intention for today's practice, focusing in on what you want to accomplish. One more breath. Bring your hands down to your thighs. Open your eyes. And let's drop that right ear towards the right shoulder. And drop the chin towards the chest. Left ear to left shoulder. And chin to chest. Go ahead and look to the front of the room. Let's look over that right shoulder. We're going to look center and look over that left shoulder. Let's look center and roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. One more time. And reverse it. All right. Feeling that release in those shoulders and neck. And release. All right. Let's look over the right shoulder. We're just looking and maybe a little bit further. See if you can look a little further over that shoulder. All right, let's look center and let's do that again, looking over the opposite shoulder and maybe just a little bit further. And release it. Good job. All right, we're going to move into a couple of warm-up poses. So the first thing we're going to do is move into a mountain pose. So we start in a mountain with our arms down, and now we're going to take those hands up to the ceiling. We're going to try to touch the ceiling. So really lengthen through the spine. One more breath, and bring those hands down. So how did that feel? So if you feel like your shoulders are inching up into your ears, I want you to consciously think about pulling the shoulders down. So even though we've got our hands up in the air, the shoulders are down. Let's do that again, and we're going to add on. Up we go. So in my classes, whenever I say add on, you don't have to add on, right? If you don't want to add on, you can stay right in the pose that we were just working, but we're going to lean our mountain this time. So we're going to bring our hand down, place it on the chair. Now take these fingertips up as high as you can, trying to reach the ceiling, and then we lean into our mountain, into our leaning mountain. All right, let's come up and we're going to go the other way. So we're going to take that other hand up all the way, try to touch the ceiling. This hand is on the chair for support, and we're going to lean into that, keeping this hip down. You feel that? You should feel a good stretch all the way through the side waist and out that pinky finger. And let's come down and roll those shoulders again. Oh yeah. And reverse it. Okay, good job. We're adding on. Here we go. Let's start with our mountain pose. Let's bring those hands up to the ceiling. Let's take the left hand to the chair, right hand to the ceiling. We're going to lean into it again. And then this time we're going to twist and we're going to look up at the ceiling. Let's take that twist out and come up, and we're going to go straight to the other side. Up, 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 leaning into it. And then we're going to turn and we're going to look up at that ceiling, trying to feel a little bit of twist into that side waist. Take that twist out, come up. All right. How's everybody feeling? Good? All right. Moving on. We're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it wide. So here we are in a nice wide straddled pose, okay? So we're wanting to feel the inner thighs stretching. We're going to take this knee, make sure it's in alignment with those toes, and we're going to keep it here. So we tend to want to fold that knee in, and I want you to really concentrate on keeping that knee open. Okay, let's take that left hand, bring it all the way across our body, grab the chair. Now, lift the crown of the head to the ceiling as high as you can. Belly button is to spine, and I want you to turn and look over the back of your chair. So you're not looking towards me now, you're looking the opposite direction, and feel the stretch in the side waist and the center of the body. Let's release it. So the twist is happening right at the rib cage, okay? Let's do that again. Bring it all the way across your body. Crown of the head lifts, turn, look over the back of your chair and breathe. And release it. Now we're going to move into our crescent lunge. So we're going to take this knee and we're going to let it fall down towards the floor. So I've just adjusted in my chair a little bit, so I've come towards the edge of my chair. Now, one thing you can do is you can keep this knee right in alignment, and that knee is going straight down towards the floor. And if you feel a good stretch in this quadricep muscle, then that's a good stretch for you. But if you want to join me, I'm going to push my foot back behind me. Notice I'm up on those back toes, and my heart is lifted. No matter where your knee is, I want everybody's hearts lifted, and you're going to be looking over the front knee. Just place your hands lightly on that thigh, lift your heart, breathe. Let's release it, and we're going to do that one more time. Ready? Lift it up. Feel the stretch happening in the leg. The belly button is tight to the spine, shoulders are down. One more breath, and let's release it and face forward. Okay, so we stretch the front side of this leg. Now that same leg, we're going to extend it out in front of us. Toes are up to the ceiling. Extend the spine long, keep the back flat, and let your heart fall forward into pyramid pose. All right, let's lift up. We're stretching the back of this leg now. Extend the spine long. Let that heart fall forward. Keep the back flat. Keep this leg straight. Don't lock out the knee. And up we go. All right. Can we do the other side? There we go. Let's take that knee and open it wide. Now remember, this knee's going to want to fold in, but please try to keep it open and keep that knee in alignment with those toes and maximize the inner thigh stretch. This is kind of some muscles that we don't stretch a whole lot, right? So let's maximize those stretches. So we're just hanging out here first. We're feeling that stretch, right? Our belly is tight. Now let's add that crescent lunge. Are we ready? Take this knee down towards the floor. Remember, you've got options, so maybe you stay right here with that knee down, straight down towards the floor, and that's a great option if this works best for you. If you're with me, I'm going to take my foot and I'm going to push it back behind me. Everybody lift your heart. Try not to have a grip on this glute back here, so try to relax this leg and you'll maximize that stretch. You should be feeling it. Looking over that front knee, place your hands lightly on the thighs, heart is lifted, breathe. One more breath. Let's release it and do it one more time. Ready? Here we go. One more breath and release. Face forward. Let's move into pyramid pose. Extend this leg long. Toes to the ceiling, lift and hinge. Keeping that back flat, right? Maximizing the stretch. So this isn't can I get my nose towards my knee, this is can I get my heart towards my thigh. And I don't care how far down it comes, doesn't matter. But if you'll keep the back flat, you're going to maximize that stretch. Let's lift it up and do it one more time. Extend and hinge. All right, let's come up to seated. Everybody grab a sip of water. All right, so let's move forward in our chair. We're going to move into a sun salutation. So we've done these before. If you've been with me, we're just going to take it nice and slow and lead us through. I'm going to lead you through each and every piece of it, and then we'll put it all together and we'll kind of move. So the sun salutation is a warm-up vinyasa. All a vinyasa is a connection of poses. And so we're going to put all of these poses together and we'll get our blood flowing and we'll get that heart rate up just a little bit. All right, let's do it. Bring your hands to your heart to start with. So what we're going to do, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I moved forward in my chair just a smidge. So I want to make sure that I've got room to move my arms and everything. So if you want to move a little bit forward in your chair, feel free. All right, let's do this. Bring your hands to your heart. So the first thing is our sun, right? So we're going to make a big old circle with those arms. Notice that my palms are facing up. I'm going to bring my hands together into a mountain pose. And then I'm going to bring my hands to my heart. And then we're going to just reverse that, okay? So now my hands are going to go up to the ceiling to mountain pose. My palms are going to face down. I'm going to make that big old circle around, and I'm going to bring my hands to my heart. Let's do that one more time. Here we go. Big circle around. Notice that I'm kind of watching my hands with my gaze, and if that doesn't work for you, you can leave that out. You don't have to do that if it makes you dizzy. And bring your hands to your heart. Let's add the breath. Inhale, exhale, big circle up and around. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale here, exhale as we come up and around. Big circle around, and we're going to bring our hands to our heart, all right? So we're going to do that again, and then we're going to add on. So we're going to add on our mountain pose, and then we're going to lean that mountain. So when we get back to the hands at heart, we're just going to kind of keep on going, and we'll take our hands to mountain, okay? Here we go. Inhale, exhale, big circle around. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, up we go. Big circle around. Bring your hands to your heart. Keep going to mountain pose. Interlace fingers, pointer finger to the ceiling. Lean your mountain. Let's come up, and we're going to lean our mountain the other way, keeping this opposite hip down, right? Bring those hands up, big circle around, bring your hands to your heart. Let's do that again. Up we go. Ha, right, and hands to heart. Up we go. Big circle around. Let's keep on going to mountain pose. Interlace fingers, pointer finger to the ceiling, and we're going to lean our mountain the other way first this time. And we're going to come up, and we're going to lean our mountain. And we're going to come up, and we're going to make that big circle around, and we're going to bring our hands to our heart. Again, big circle around. Ha, right, hands to heart. You see how we're kind of adding on? Big circle around. Let's keep going to mountain pose. Interlace finger, pointer finger to the ceiling. We're going to lean. Now listen, let's turn and look up at the ceiling, adding that twist. Take the twist out, up to mountain. We're going to go straight to the other side. And we're going to lean, turn up and look at the ceiling. We're going to take that twist out. We're going to come up to mountain pose, big circle around, bring your hands to your heart. Okay, take just a moment, and I'm going to show you the next piece of it. It's going to be a forward salute with airplane arms. So all a forward salute is we're going to take these hands and we're going to bring them down by our side, kind of like airplane wings. Not airplane wings, but airplane wings. Okay, you got it? Now, I'm shooting my head up, kind of where the ceiling and the wall meet, and I want us to keep our seat down. So we're stretching. This is all about stretching through that spine, okay? Really lengthening through belly button to spine. Let's try that one time before we add it in. Try that forward salute with airplane arms. You feel the stretch? Are you really trying? Are you really trying to stretch it? One more breath and release. Let's add that in. Here we go, hands to heart. Inhale here, exhale, big circle up and around. Bring your hands to your heart. Listen, we're going to leave out one thing. Here we go, up to that mountain pose. Let's come straight to that forward salute and stretch it out. Stretch it out, just breathe normally, belly button to spine. One more breath, bring your hands to your heart. Let's do that again. Big circle up and around. There's our beautiful sun. Bring your hands to your heart. We're going to go up to mountain pose, and then we're going to come down to that forward salute with airplane arms, and we're stretching it out. Stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, and bring your hands to your heart. The next thing we're going to add is a forward fold. Now we're going to start our forward fold simply by putting our forearms on our thighs. Do you see that? Palms are facing up, and then we're going to let our heart fall. So this is a super supported forward fold, and this is a great forward fold. You're still getting the work in the back, you're getting that stretch in the back, you're letting your heart come forward, but you're supported, right? So we've got those arms right here on the thighs, and everything is super supported. All right, and let's do that again. Bring your hands to your heart. Here we go. Big circle up and around. Bring your hands to your heart. Now we're going to come up to mountain pose, and we're going to go into that forward salute. Remember, stretching it out, stretching it out, stretching it out. Place the hands on the thighs for a forward fold. Tuck the chin, and we're going to roll it up nice and slow. Okay, the next thing we're going to add on is, instead of this forward salute, we're going to add, it's called a halfway lift. So it's going to be instead of the forward salute. So remember, if you want to stay in that forward salute, that's fine. If you want to add on a halfway lift, we're going to first put our hands on our thighs, let our heart fall forward, and we're going to shoot our head forward, and our seat is back, okay? So it's kind of like trying to put space between your vertebrae. So you're stretching that head forward. Now, if you are okay with it, the next thing you would do is put your hands on your shins and do the same thing. Then when we come into our forward fold, you've got this option, right? Where you can have your forearms on the thighs to give yourself a little support, or you can come forward, right? Maybe your hands are on your shins and let that head fall and then roll up, okay? So I know I just told you a whole bunch of things, didn't I? But you've got a couple of options is all I want to tell you. And so we'll go through and I'll show you the different options as we go, okay? Let's do it. Bring your hands to your heart. Let's make that big circle around that beautiful sun. Bring your hands to your heart. We're going to come up to mountain pose, and now we're going to dive forward. Pull your belly button to your spine. That protects that low back, right? Now, halfway lift, either hands on thighs, really? Let's do it hands on thighs for the beginning. Now, let's forward fold. Ready? Put your forearms on those thighs and just let your heart fall into your forward fold. Tuck your chin, and we're going to roll up. Okay? Now this next one, instead of our halfway lift with our hands on our thighs, we're going to do it with our hands on our shins, and that's where our hands are going to stay for that forward fold. Are you ready? Bring your hands to your heart. Ah, there we go. Mountain pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go. Let's dive forward, belly button to spine. Here we go. Place those hands on the shins if it works for you for a halfway lift. Let's forward fold. I'm going to let my heart fall between my legs. I'm going to tuck my chin, and I'm going to roll it up nice and slow. Can we do that again? Big circle up and around. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go. Dive forward. That's your exhale. Halfway lift. That would be an inhale. Forward fold is your exhale. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Nice and slow. Last time. Here we go. Big circle around. Make that sun. Bring your hands to your heart. Let's come up, and we're going to dive forward. Ha. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Nice and slow. What a beautiful sun salutation, everybody. And we get lots of options so that everybody could find an option that worked for you to be successful. Let's go ahead, grab just a little bit of water. Okay, our next pose is we're going to move through a warrior one and a warrior two and a reverse warrior. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this right knee and we're going to open it nice and wide, just like we did with our crescent lunge. Okay? Now we're going to let this knee fall down towards the floor. Keep that knee here. So if you were with me when your crescent lunge and you push that leg back, we're not going to do that for our warrior one. We're going to keep this leg, the knee is going to be straight down towards the floor. Okay? Bring your hands to your heart. So we're going to inhale here, and on an exhale, we're going to bring those hands up to the ceiling. Our shoulders are down, our belly is tight. Let's go ahead and bring the hands back to the heart. We're going to do that one more time. Ready? Inhale here, exhale, hands to the ceiling, shoulders are down. Okay, now we're going to take this hand, the hand that's on the outside, and we're going to windmill it around, and at the same time, we're moving our legs, okay? And we're moving into a warrior two. So let's think about our legs first. This leg is nice and long. We're up on the knife edge of that foot. This knee is right in alignment with those toes at a bit of a diagonal. You've got a pretty significant stretch happening through the groin, okay? The arms are out. Our rib cage is in the center. So we don't want to have those ribs forward. Think about pulling those ribs back so they're right in the center of the body. So you've got your head and your neck and your spine all in alignment. That's kind of the key, right, to having that alignment. Now let's go ahead and reverse the warrior. So we're going to take this hand, we're going to flip it to the ceiling, and then we're going to lift it up, and we're going to reverse that warrior. So I am looking at the ceiling if that works for your neck. If that doesn't work for your neck, I want you to just look out. It's okay, right? We're going to come back to that warrior two. Let's look over those front fingertips. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms. Activate that upper body. And we're going to take this back hand and we're going to windmill it down and around, and we're going to come back to our warrior one. Then we're going to move to that warrior two. And then we're going to flip that palm up and back. And we're going to move back to that warrior two. Take this back hand, windmill it up and around to that warrior one. Around to your warrior two. Flip that palm up and back. And back to that warrior two. And release it. Okay, how does that feel? Yeah, a little stretch through the hips. I know, I feel it too. Okay, we're going to do the other side now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this knee, we're going to open it nice and wide. Remember, I'm going to move a little forward in my chair so that I give this leg a little bit of room when I do my warrior two, right? Okay, so we want to keep this knee open. We want to keep this knee open. Feel the stretch first. Now we're going to let this knee fall down towards the floor, and we're going to turn and we're going to look over this front knee. All right, bring your hands to your heart to start with, and we're going to take an inhale, and then on an exhale, our hands are going to go up to the ceiling. Let's do that one more time. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, hands to the ceiling. Now, I'm going to take this hand, this outside hand, and I'm going to windmill it around into my warrior two. So let's think about where are our ribs, right? Get those rib cages right in the center. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms. Activate that upper body. Looking over these front fingertips if you want to do it that way. Shoulders are down. Let's flip that front palm and let's take a reverse warrior. Up and back we go. Let's come back to that warrior two. And we're going to take this back hand and we're going to windmill it around to a warrior one. We're going to around to that warrior two. We're going to flip this front palm up and back. Back to that warrior two. Hand down and around to a warrior one. Move it up into a warrior two. Flip that palm up and back. Back to your warrior two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms. Work those tricep muscles. One more breath and release. Whew. Okay, grab some water. Take a little break. Okay. All right, is everybody ready? We're going to move into our next section, which is sun salutation B. So we're going to add in that chair pose. So the first thing we're going to do is just our chair pose and kind of build into whichever version of chair pose you're going to want to do. So then when we move it into our vinyasa, you can pick and choose which chair pose you want to do, okay? So chair pose number one, and this is, I want everybody to do the same ones, and we're going to just, because there's a lot of benefit to each and every one of them. So the first thing we're going to do, you noticed I moved a little bit forward in my chair, so I want to make sure that you're not leaning back and you're not too far back. It's just going to make it harder, I promise you. So move up in your chair, and then you want to make sure that you've got your feet at that 90-degree angle. So if the feet are too far out, it's almost impossible to get up, I'm telling you. So you want to have those feet back, no knees in front of the toes though, so you want that 90-degree angle down so that when you press through your heels, you can activate your quadriceps, you can activate your belly and actually lift up out of the chair. But the first one, we're going to place our hands on our thighs. We're going to press down with our upper body and we're going to not get out of the chair. So act like you're going to get up out of the chair, but don't. Just see how that feels, right? And this is a great version right here. I'm pressing down here. I'm lifting up. I'm activating my quadriceps. My belly is tight, and then I'm going to release. And we're going to do that again. Inhale here. Exhale. Press it up. Don't hold your breath, just a natural breath from here and release it. One more time. Inhale, exhale, press it up. Breathe, natural breath. One more breath and release. Okay, so you see how that feels. Now the next version, again, we're not going to lift the seat up out of the chair, but we're going to bring our hands to our heart. So we're not going to have that same pressure down, right? That can help us a little bit. We're going to have our hands at heart. So it's all legs and belly, okay? So arms are kind of out of it at this point. Even though you can press those palms together, and it does activate the upper body, which does help. All right, are we ready? Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, act like you're going to get out of the chair, but don't. And release it. Let's do that again. Inhale here. Exhale. Act like you're going to get up out of that chair. One more breath and release. One more time. Inhale here. Exhale. Act like you're going to get out. Belly button to spine. One more breath and release. Okay. Now this time we're going to get up out of the chair. So we're going to press down on those thighs, and we're going to actually lift our tush up out of the chair. So we're going to take a deep breath in. On an exhale, I'm pressing, right? So here I am. I'm not lifting too high though, am I? I'm pressing here. One more breath and have a seat. Let's do that one more time. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pressing it up. Coming into that chair pose. You see what's happening here? My knees are behind my toes. My seat is back. And release it. Now grab your hands to heart. Inhale here. Exhale, up we go. So I am not bringing my knees forward. That's not what this is about. Push those knees back. Push those hips back. Belly is tight. You should be feeling those quadriceps. Have a seat. One more time. Inhale here. Exhale, up we go. Are you feeling it? One more breath and down. Okay. So now you can choose which version of your chair pose that you want to do. And I'm going to lead us through, and I'll probably do the different ones, and I'll cue the different ones. But if you want to just do the version that works for you, do it. All right? Let's add it into our sun salutation. We've done this. Inhale here. Big circle. There's our sun. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go. Big circle around. Let's start in that forward salute with airplane arms. Let's do that one first. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Let's do that forward fold. Are we ready? Hands on the thighs. Let that heart fall forward. All right, are we ready? Bring your hands to your heart or your hands to your thighs. Take a deep breath in and activate. Press like you're going to get up out of the chair, but don't. One more breath. Release it. Bring your hands to your heart. Let's do that again. Inhale here. Big circle around. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go. Let's move into that forward salute. And extend those arms. Stretch to the spine. Put the hands on your thighs for that forward salute. For that forward fold. Are we ready? Forward fold. All right, from here now we're going to come up. We're going to bring our hands to our heart, and we're going to activate into our chair pose. One more breath. Ooh, and release it. Let's do that again. Big circle. Bring those hands to heart. Up we go. You want to dive forward this time for a halfway lift? Let's do it. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Move into your chair pose. One more breath. Have a seat. Hands to heart. Big circle up and around. Bring your hands to your heart. Are you feeling those quads yet? Yeah. Up we go. Dive forward. We're going to go to that halfway lift. Remember, hands on shins, hands on thighs. Doesn't matter. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Bring your hands to your heart. Chair pose. Have a seat. This is it. Last one. Make it count. Up we go. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go. Dive forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Hands to heart. Chair pose. Woo, yeah. And have a seat. Boy, my heart's beating. I don't know about yours, but that gets my heart flow, that's the purpose, right? And this is, sun salutations are all about getting the blood flowing. Mine's a flowing. Okay. So now we're going to move through our warrior poses, seated warrior poses, but we're going to take them a little deeper this time. So if you want to stay at the edge of your chair, you remember what we did, right? We were here. That is fine if you want to stay in those versions. If you want to join me, we're going to come back to the back edge of our chair, And let's everybody start in a warrior 2 instead of a warrior 1. So I'm going to take this knee and I'm going to bring it out. My knee is in alignment with those toes. Then this leg, I'm going to extend it long. You kind of see what's going on there? So here's my legs. And I've got the chair, the seat of the chair's in front. Now, if this is too much for you, I get it. I understand. Just come back the way we did it a minute ago, right? In the previous section, and just, you're fine. You just don't have quite the same stretch happening through the thighs, but you've got the same pose, and it's great, okay? So your choice of position for those legs. All right, are we ready? Let's squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms. Let's activate into our warrior 2. Remember, where's your rib cage? Let's get those ribs right in the center. Let's take this hand. We're going to bring it down and around into our warrior 1. We're going to move it around to our warrior 2. We're going to flip this palm up and back to that warrior 2. Let's do that again. Bring that hand down and around into a warrior 1. Your hips are moved and facing forward. Let's move into that warrior 2. Flip that palm up and back to that warrior 2. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms. Activate that upper body. Ready? Last time. Here we go. Down and around to that warrior 1. Move to the warrior 2. Flip that palm up and back to your warrior 2. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Look over those front fingertips if you wish. And release. Man, oh man, I don't know about you, but boy, I feel that stretch. Let's take a break, okay? Grab some water. Okay, we're going to sit up nice and tall in our chair. We're going to bring our hands to our heart. We're going to move into a half Lord of the Fishes pose. So let's take this right knee and open it wide. And let's bring that arm across, grab the chair, crown of the head to the ceiling. Turn and look over the back of the chair. Now you may find you've got a little more willingness, right? That inner thigh's been stretched. Those side waist muscles have been stretched. Let's release it and we're going to do that again. Crown of the head lifts, turn, look over the back of your chair. And release. Let's go ahead and let this knee fall down. We're going to move into that crescent lunge one more time. I know we've done this a few times today, haven't we? It's all good. Oh yeah. Let's release it. Do that one more time. You can have your hands on the chair if you don't want to have your hands at heart. Doesn't matter. Oh, one more breath and release it. Let's face forward. Extend that same leg out in front of us for a pyramid pose. Lengthen the spine. Let the heart fall forward. Lift your heart up and let's do that again. Extend and hinge. And come forward. Now we're going to move into our favorite pigeon pose. So you can cross right here. And maybe that's where you want to be, right? With just your ankle to ankle. But if you're with me, I want to cross ankle to knee. Really feeling a good stretch into that hip area, right? Adding on, extend the spine long and let the heart fall forward. I feel that. Let's come up and we're going to do that again. Extend and hinge. And come up. All right. Let's go to the other side. So now I'm going to take this knee and I'm going to open it nice and wide. I'm going to bring my hand all the way across my body, grab the chair, crown of the head to the ceiling, turn, and look over the back of the chair and breathe. Let's release that and do that one more time. Come across, lift and twist. And release. Let this knee fall towards the floor into our crescent lunge. One final nice stretch for that quadricep. Let that hip go. Release it, and let's do that again. And release. Go ahead and face forward. Extend this leg long. Toes are towards the ceiling. We're going to lift our heart up and let our heart fall forward, keeping the back flat. Let's lift up and do that one more time. Extend and hinge. Right. Exhale as you let your heart fall forward and come forward. Let's come up, come forward, come up. All right. Pigeon pose. Cross ankle to ankle if you like that. Ankle to knee if you prefer. Extend the spine long and let the heart fall forward. Let's come up and we're going to do that one more time. Lift and hinge. And come up. Go ahead and sit back in your chair. Place your hands lightly on your thighs, palms facing up. Take a deep breath in. And on this exhalation, close your eyes. This time, that is now. Your time is here, your time is now. Live your time with purpose, with passion, with joy, with love. Get over your obsession with what could have been or what might be or what might not be. Fill yourself with appreciation for what is and for all you can do with it. Let go of the impulse to judge whether it's a good time or a bad time, right time or wrong time. Use your thoughts, energy, and efforts to live the time in the best way you can imagine. Take a step back and look with fresh eyes at all you have, at all you love, at all you can do. In this time that is now, make good use of it all. The miraculous spark of life glows brightly within you right now. Feel the possibilities and act on them. Think of all you've wished you could do, all you said you would do, all you'd like to get done. Now is your time to act. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with your left hand. Give the head a gentle tug, pressing the right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Look forward, bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. Remember, Bottoms Down Chair Yoga on YouTube. Give us a subscribe and leave me a comment, and I will see you next time.